In this lecture, we will look at a recap of what we learned in this section of the course. First, we looked at the differences between Python version 2 and Python version 3. Then we learned how to print Hello World to the console using Python. Next, we learned about working with variables in Python. Then we learned about the console. Next, we learned about conditional statements like if, elif, and else. Then we learned about loops in Python, including the for loop and while loop. After that, we learned about variable scope and identified the difference between local and global scope for variables. Next came a lecture on namespaces and modules. Then we learned about comments in Python. We used the hashtag symbol for comments, and we can use a triple quoted string to create a multi-line or block comment in Python code. Next came a lecture on function basics, where we learned how to create and work with functions in Python. Then we learned about errors, what errors are, and the basic types of errors in computer programming. Then we learned about basic Python syntax. After that, we learned about working with the modulus operator in Python. Finally, we learned about the different variables that we have available to us when programming in Python.